Led Zeppelin is one of the most popular and influential rock bands of all time, and their best known and best loved song is the classic Stairway to Heaven. So why does lead singer Robert Plant hate his own hit so much? In order to answer that, first we have to set the stage. Consisting of Plant, lead guitarist Jimmy Page, bassist John Paul Jones, and drummer John Bonham, Led Zeppelin recorded over 100 songs across 8 studio albums spanning 12 years. Plant was responsible for some of the band's best work, including writing the lyrics for hits like Heartbreaker, Kashmir, Going to California, and more. However, the guys from the band weren't always fond of all of Led Zeppelin's songs. For example, in 1979, Plant wrote a song called All My Love about the tragic death of his 5-year-old son. But while Page appreciated the sentiment, he wasn't a fan of the song's sound. He told Light and Shade author Brad Tolinsky, "I was a little worried about the chorus. I could just imagine people doing the wave and all of that. And I thought, that is not us. That is not us." Ultimately, Page didn't object to the song's inclusion on the album because of how much it meant to Plant, as long as it was an exception to their usual hard-rocking rule. In its place, it was fine, but I would not have wanted to pursue that direction in the future. Of course, Turnabout is fair play, and the one song that Plant himself has grown to loathe over the years is the guitar epic Stairway to Heaven, which Rolling Stone called, quote, "a furious Page solo that storms heaven's gate." But any music fan can understand Plant's problem with Stairway to Heaven. Just like Radiohead with Creep, huge bands tend to end up hating the song that goes on to define them in the popular culture. Plant and Page co-wrote the song, which was released in 1971 on the album Led Zeppelin 4. And even though it's widely considered one of the greatest rock and roll songs of all time, Plant said he hated it because he got sick and tired of playing it over the years. In 1988, he told the Los Angeles Times, "I'd break out in hives if I had to sing that song on every show." According to Vanity Fair, Plant called it, quote, "that bloody wedding song." He's actually refused to play it live since the 1980s, and according to the Oregonian, he even went so far as to donate $1,000 to a public radio station in Portland in 2002 after he heard the DJ say he would never play the song again if they got enough donations. And you can't really blame him, considering Stairway to Heaven has reportedly become the most played rock song of all time, despite not even charting on its original debut due to the band's policy against releasing singles. Ironically, Stairway to Heaven recently came back to haunt Robert Plant in a big way. As the BBC reports, Led Zeppelin was sued in 2014 for copyright infringement. The lawsuit claimed that Zeppelin had filched the song's main riff from the song Taurus by a much less popular American band from the 1960s called Spirit. Lawyers for the plaintiff claim that Plant heard Spirit play the song at a club in Birmingham, England, way back in 1970. Spirit bassist Mark Andes testified at the original trial that he met the world-famous singer that night, and the two even played a friendly game of snooker after the show. Plant argued that he had no recollection of the song, the band, or Andes, in part because Plant had been involved in a car accident later that same night and suffered a head injury. And for his part, Page said that the Spirit song was, quote, "totally alien to him and he had never heard of it, much less stolen from it." Led Zeppelin won the case in 2016, but in 2018 it was reopened on appeal. They won the appeal as well, so the plaintiffs took it to the U.S. Supreme Court. However, in October 2020, the Supreme Court declined to hear the case, officially ending the lawsuit in Zeppelin's favor. So while he may still have to hear the song on the radio, at least Plant won't have to hear Stairway to Heaven in court again. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more grunge videos about your favorite bands are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.